Hi guys, welcome back to Guru Beauty. I'm Jodie and I'm sharing with you another high-end haul from David Jones. I did post one a few weeks ago and I've made quite a few trips to Sydney back and forth. So in combination with having access to David Jones in Sydney and in Melbourne, which has brands like Tom Ford and Burberry that we can't find in Perth, that as well as some of the Christmas collections that are out right now, I've gone a little bit crazy. So it is another high-end haul from David Jones if you're interested in seeing what I've picked up from brands like Chanel, Dior, La Mer, Tom Ford and Burberry, as well as theBalm. Keep on watching. I'll start with La Mer. Now, a few people who I follow on Instagram, Bubbly Michelle and Monsieur Alex, I'll include their usernames to Instagram down below in the description bar. They have said really good things about the La Mer loose powder. Now, it turns out it's not the loose powder that we can find in Australia, but I did go and have a look and see what loose powder they had on offer. And they only have the one shade here as opposed to the foundation loose powders that Alex and Michelle were talking about. It's loose and it's translucent. It's in a very large container. It contains 25 grams despite this enormous plastic casing. But basically it's got a little bit of a sparkle, very nice finishing powder over liquid or cream foundation, and I wanted to give this one a try just to see how a very high-end powder is going to compare with something like the NARS Light Reflecting Powder. This does have a bit of a sparkle on the hand when you swatch it, so looking forward to seeing how this one performs. Very excited to try it though. I did also pick up the facial cottons from Shiseido, very well reviewed here on YouTube. Apparently once you go there you don't go back. We shall see. I really like the Target round cotton rounds and we'll see how the Shiseido facial cottons compare. It'll be interesting to see because people rave about that, but I find it very hard to think how, you know, Shiseido would make a really fantastic product that makes you want to spend the money on it. But I'm curious enough to buy one box, so I will let you know what I think if they're a winner or not when I am done. I did also stop by the Chanel counter. Now, Chanel has a beautiful holiday collection this year. I have raved about it a bit already on Instagram, and I've picked up the blush and the two Illusion d'Ombre. There is a sort of reddy shade that looks a little bit similar to the Iblui, part of the original lineup, and also the Initiation shade, which is like a bronzy gold. I'll include swatches for those here as well as a swatch of the blush shade. Now the blush is the Joues Contraste, if that's how you pronounce it, the shade in Accent. This is a pinky, browny, tanny type shade, a great universal shade for many. It does swatch very sparkly, but there really is no indication of sparkle on the cheeks when you put it on. This is what Accent looks like, and again you've seen that in the swatch with the Illusion d'Ombres. It's absolutely beautiful. I love this on my face. I really can get away with just wearing that. No bronzer, no highlighter, just that alone. It's a beautiful product and I would recommend you go and check out that blush and see if it's a shade that you would like. I think this one retails for $71 in Australia. Beautiful. And if you have not been following me on Instagram, I will let you know, if you have not heard yet, that the Balm Voyage Palette from theBalm is out now in your David Jones stores. This is what it looks like. Emily Noel has done a review of this palette. I will include a link to that down below, and it does include not only the 16 eyeshadow shades but also some cheek and lip stains. Very, very nice. I love theBalm. Their eyeshadows are beautiful. I love their palettes. They travel really nicely. They're light, they're thin, really gorgeous. Definitely was excited to add that to my collection. And because the second item was 50% off, I also picked up one of their blushes. I have all of their in stain blushes. I will include a link to the swatch fest and review of those down below. I haven't tried their regular blushes before. This is the Frat Boy, and it's just a beautiful, nice, everyday, peachy look. Very pigmented still. I'm not sure if it lasts as long as the in-stains, but I thought I would add that to my collection at 50% off. It was just over $10, so couldn't resist. Really nice there. Go and check out the Balm Voyage from your David Jones because it is definitely out. I did also stop by the Dior counter. Dior has a really lovely holiday collection out right now. My Dior counter did not have everything. I did pick up though one of their eyeshadow quints. This one is the one in Golden Flower. Golden Flower just has some lovely neutrals, including a darker plum, a really lovely sort of light pink, a bronzy gold, a real sparkly, shimmery, glittery shade in the middle, and a really nice shimmery highlight. Really pretty quint. Really couldn't resist Golden Flower. That was beautiful. And then they also have some limited edition lipsticks as well. Look at the packaging there. It's so gorgeous. It's like a Christmas golden bauble piece of gorgeousness. I got this one in the shade 041 Etoile, if that's how you pronounce it. This was the most neutral of the lot. It's a lovely sort of nudie, tanny shade with a bit of peach. It does have a bit of shimmer, very opaque though, and long lasting, I'm assured. Looking forward to seeing how that one wears on the lips. I just thought it was a lovely shade. I did also pick up the Cult Dior blush in Rosy Glow. Rosy Glow is a shade that is really quite light pink. It really does just have that look like you're glowing from within. It's special sort of silvery packaging. It looks very, very vivid, very, very pink in the case. Really excited to have this and see what it looks like on my cheeks here at home. I did also pick up the Dior Hydra Life BB cream. I've heard really good things about this one. It's SPF 15 and I got this one in Luminous Beige, so excited to give that a try. Dior apparently does BB creams really, really nicely, so very excited. Lastly, we've got Tom Ford and Burberry to go. So I did stop by the Tom Ford counter again in Sydney and again in Melbourne when I was there. They have some new eyeshadow palettes that are out that I had to check out. And unfortunately, when I finally made my decision, I got it all the way back home to Perth and discovered that the lady from the Melbourne store had put the wrong palette in the bag. Oh, so I'm still trying to sort that out. I thought that I was taking home Orchid Haze, which is a beautiful neutral eyeshadow palette. Lavender Lust was the quad that she gave me. It's much more purpley and I'm still trying to make up my mind now if this is something that I want to return. The palettes are not cheap at all, so it is a big decision. This was not the one that I chose, and this is what Lavender Lust looks like nonetheless. Lots of sort of purples, which is still nice with brown eyes, but I thought I'd get more use out of the Orchid Haze palette, so we'll see. This one is because of Monsieur Alex. I did also succumb to the Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate palette. Now, Helen at the Sydney store recommended the Intensity 2. This does come in a slightly lighter, maybe more orangey shade of bronzer. This is the darker one, Intensity 2. It is a cream highlight and bronzer. Really unique formulation. This one is more of a wet look highlighter rather than a really shimmery or really, you know, creamy light highlighter. It's more of a shimmery wet look type highlighter. And then this cream bronzer is very, very blendable. You can certainly sheer it out. It looks very dark in the palette, but apparently lasts all day as a cream product. So I've seen enough really great reviews about the Shade and Illuminate from Tom Ford that I'm really excited to give this one a try. And then last couple of items from Tom Ford. I did love my cheek colour in Ravish so much that I picked up in my last high-end haul that I did move to my second pick. And my second pick was the Tom Ford cheek colour in Love Lust. Love Lust is beautiful. It's like a peachy shade. It's kind of like Tom Ford's version, I guess, of the NARS Orgasm blush. I have already featured this one in my October favourites. I'll include a link to my October favourites down below. I love the Love Lust. I have love and I have lust for that Love Lust cheek colour from Tom Ford. And lastly, I have added to my cheek brush and my two eyeshadow brushes with the cream foundation brush. This one was the next one on my wish list. Just a little bit smaller than the cheek brush and apparently a beautiful brush for applying cream foundation. Really can't wait to use this brush and see if it is worth the cost. Tom Ford brushes, very, very expensive, but so far I love, love, love the cheek brush and the eyeshadow brushes. They are beautiful. Now, moving on to Burberry. I love my Burberry products. When I was in the Melbourne store, I met the very, very lovely Ashley. She was so, so sweet. She told me about all the wonderful things that are coming in Burberry, including some gorgeous nail lacquers, a really gorgeous collection before the Christmas season, and then also a gift with purchase coming. And I did decide to go ahead and buy the Fresh Glow in Nude Radiance #1. This is basically like a strobe cream, really, from Burberry. It's a beautiful product. You can pop under your foundation, mix in with your foundation, pop over your foundation for a bit of liquid highlight. So really beautiful, healthy glow there. That'll be beautiful for the summer. And then I did pick up a couple more blushes. I cannot resist their blushes. They are beautiful. First shade I purchased here was the Russet blush. Russet blush is more of a peachy, orangey shade of blush. This is just an everyday sort of nudie shade. You can hopefully see it here on my hand. Really gorgeous. Cannot wait to wear that. And then I did also pick up a hot pink blush, and this one is the shade Rose. Rose looks really, really bright in the palette. Really beautiful, nice, bright pink. And this is Rose here next to the Russet underneath it. And it's Rose that I'm wearing on my cheeks today. It's just a beautiful, youthful glow. Love their blushes. They can be applied really sheer, even though they're very pigmented, or you can just build up the color and they look beautiful. Every shade is absolutely gorgeous. Really adore their blushes. Spectacular. My next pick was a lipstick shade in Nutmeg. I ended up purchasing the lipstick, the lip pencil and the lip gloss, not only for the way that they looked all together when I tried them on in the store, but also just individually. These are all shades that are right up my alley. So you've got the Nutmeg lipstick, which is a beautiful, nice wearable plummy type red. Then you've got the Nutmeg lip liner, lip defining pencil, which is a beautiful plummy type shade. I would definitely wear that a lot. And then a gorgeous lip glow lip gloss, which would look beautiful on its own over a nude or even over that Nutmeg lipstick. And the pencil does come with a little self-contained sharpener that does hold your sharpenings in, which is really, really nice. And then the last product from this haul is the last product I bought from Burberry. This was the day that the heavens were shining down on me. When I first visited Burberry last year, I was with Aish, Miss Goddess in Training, in the Melbourne store, and they put a few different products on my face, and we were actually looking at the Pale Barley eyeshadow shade, trying to justify $40 for an eyeshadow. It's not an easy thing to do. We walked away that day, but one of the other things I remember looking at that day was a palette, like an illuminating sort of glowy palette from their summer 2012 collection, and that sold out very, very quickly. You may have seen it on Tanya Burr's Favourites videos last year. Well, I saw it on display at the Burberry counter in Melbourne just a few weeks ago, and I said, oh my gosh, has that palette come back? She said, no, it hasn't come back. We just have a few still hanging around that we have not sold yet. I could not believe it. This palette here is what they call their Sheer Summer Glow Natural Highlighting Compact, and it's got 4 different shades. It's absolutely beautiful. It's not a super shimmery product, just a really nice natural glow type product. I'm not sure if that is going to show up on my hand. It's just beneath the lip products there. I'll just move my hand around just in case. I was so excited to find that. So anyway, that is my haul. It is a lot of beautiful products. I cannot wait to use these. If you've tried any of these and they are holy grails for you, let me know. If you've tried any and they've been misses for you, let me know. I would love to hear that from you, or any other things that you have picked up recently that you are loving or not loving. I always love to hear from you, so definitely let me know down below. I read every one of your comments and love to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching. Have a beautiful day. Don't forget that you are beautiful. Every day is an opportunity to share your beauty with the rest of the world and help others around you feel a little bit more beautiful too. You have a chance to help others see that in themselves, and I hope that you have yourself a beautiful day. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you all again really soon. Bye.